Hello and welcome to Ask AfroDaddy, the podcast where we answer your questions about life, the universe, and parenting. Hello, my name's AfroDaddy.
Hello. That was also me testing the mic.
We've tested the mics.
I know, but
the mics are tested.
Needed to retest it.
Have we not learned anything about your inability to understand the way this technology works?
But I just needed to retest it. So it was both. I thought it was quite clever. It was a swift jump in with a hello and testing on the mic.
But okay. Who are you? What we do what we're supposed to do.
Hello, I'm Julie.
Hi, Julie. Like I said, this is a podcast where we take all the questions you sent to us over the last couple of weeks and try to answer them, sometimes with coughs in between.
Oh, wow. I love how you did that this time.
Well, that's
I've been keeping mine suppressed.
You see, that's just to prove that the audio is working. Throughout this recording, you can, of course, send us your questions while we're doing this live on Facebook. But if you are listening to this as a podcast, then please send your questions through to afrodaddyct@gmail.com or on the Facebook page or afrodaddyonline.com. This way you can also send your questions through. Right. How's your week? Highlight
Highlight of the week.
Parenting highlight.
Parenting highlight of the week. Week's been good, generally.
Yeah.
I feel like that's, I also have a week outside of parenting.
But
minimal time.
This is a parenting podcast.
Is it? So, highlight of the week. It's actually like a weird thing to say that this was a highlight because our kids were actually being naughty at the time, but it was so cute. So, yesterday morning, Eli kind of rooms in with us, and Liam has his own room at this stage. And early in the morning, like before normal wakey time, Liam comes into the room and goes, Eli, come here. Eli goes, okay, Liam, coming, and hops off the bed, and off they go. It's like 6 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm lying in bed listening to this, and I just hear rustle, opening up of the fridge door, and then like the freezer door, and where this is, I'll help you cut it. I'm like, oh crumbs, what are they doing? They gone and fetched ice lollies that they knew we had in the freezer at 6 o'clock in the morning, and they sat having a little ice lolly feast while Mum and Dad were still in bed. And then, but it was also supposed to be hush-hush, except Eli comes in with the end part of his ice lolly. Look, Mummy, what I got from Liam.
Very proud.
So proud. It was really cute.
Yeah. I think a highlight for me is the fact that Eli's been asking after me.
Every day.
Our youngest actually cares about where I'm going. Which
with
at first,
great determination and many questions.
It was very cute at first, and now it's exhausting because I just want to leave and get to work. I don't want to have to explain,
Daddy, where are you going?
Why I'm going to work and where I'm going to work and why do we have to earn money and why do we have to get food and why am I going to work with my friends and no, I'm not going to work with my friends because all my friends have left me. You know, that kind of thing. He was very sad when I said that. No, Daddy doesn't work with his friends anymore.
And then after you leave, it continues.
So that was pretty cool. You ready for your first question?
Oh, let's do it.
Okay. My mother-in-law says I'll spoil my infant by holding him. Wait, we answered this question last time.
Last week.
Okay, let's just quickly recap.
Question for you.
Really? Do I really?
Yes.
Thanks. This is the person who literally just puts her bum on a chair and then does nothing else.
Quite a job.
You're very good at critiquing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I want to answer this question because it's a good one, and I've actually seen it come up a couple of times. So, my mother-in-law says I'll spoil my infant by holding him too much. Is that true?
No. That's the answer.
No, you won't spoil your child. You can't hold your child too much.
Yes. You can't spoil someone with human affection. That just feels like that's the thing like sadists would say, like, don't love them too much. They'll turn into they'll turn to people with feelings and emotions and they'll care about the world.
They'll act like a human being with appropriate responses to comfort.
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, you're only his mother. You're only your child's mother. I mean, why would you want to show your child compassion?
Totally. And also, they only wanted for such a short period of time. I'm already seeing that now. We used to get automatic hugs and kisses, like we could just ask them on demand. And now our 4-year-old, inserts his opinion into this process.
Which is totally fine.
Which is totally fine because body autonomy is
important.
Very important.
But we do miss the occasional hug and the kiss.
I miss being able to just squish my nose into their necks, that little soft part, and then one slightly sweaty smells actually kind of delicious.
Oh yeah, that all the dopamine receptors, all the hormones in.
Ping, ping, ping.
Okay, next question. I can't get my husband more involved in caring for our 6-month-old son, and I want his help. What can I do? How did you get me involved?
I was about to say, I didn't really have this problem.
Oh,
I know, you're such a good dad. What can you do? Communicate that you need the help. And yeah,
I think often we might assume that people can read our minds.
Yeah, there should be some mind reading that's possible.
No, there's no mind reading. No mind readings needed.
I'm sorry, it's like, does this child need to eat and be bathed and have the basics done?
Okay, but does
it take rocket science to come to that conclusion?
But here's the thing. This is where we do dads a disservice, right? Because for like 9 months leading up to the baby's arrival, it's all about the mom. The mom's got this. The mom. Now all of a sudden you're supposed to like know when to help. Firstly, secondly, as a dad, I've literally had people that we know, like who are related to us, take our child out of my hands because they thought they could care for the baby better. They would never do that for a mom. So
I don't know about that, but yeah, I know people undermine moms all the time.
Yeah, but they're much more likely to undermine a dad when it comes to caring for the child. Dads aren't told, hey, you've got this, hey, you're important, hey, you're needed. Often. I mean, that might not be the case here, but often that's the case.
Yeah,
so I think this is where the communication comes in, because this is what happens. I'm just okay, so I'm a dad. Will you listen to me telling you the dad's experience?
I will listen to you saying your experience, yes.
Okay. Often it's a case of, well, she's got this. No one seems to care what I have to say about this, so I'm not going to be involved because I'm not needed. And since I'm not needed, I'm not going to put my hand up. If this mom is very clear and says, I do need your help, you are important, then that's the first step. I mean, look, he might just be a rat bag and does not want to help. I'm not saying that's not potentially not the case, but let's assume that maybe he does want to help, but is completely overwhelmed, doesn't know where to start, doesn't feel like he's needed or important in this conversation in any way, shape, or form. Let's start from that assumption.
Okay, but why is it more important that he is asked for help rather than he putting some ownership on him to do the asking? To do the offering, do the offering.
So put it this way. Let's say you walk into a room, right, of painters. Right, like wall painters. They're painting walls. Experts.
I see where you're going with this analogy. I don't think it fits.
Okay, so you know that you can paint a wall, but you look at all these people and you go, I'm going to get in the way. They clearly don't want me here. I better just not offer the help.
Okay, but if you see the people on the wall struggling, like they're painting, but like the ladder's too short and they're short.
Okay, fine, but let's say the last 3 times you walked into that room, and when you did offer help, you were undermined. Would you offer help that 4th time?
I don't know who these women are that are totally undermining these.
Not necessarily the moms. I'm not necessarily.
Yeah, but I'm saying but I'm saying you're from your perspective.
Okay, wait, but let's be honest now. There have been times when like you haven't necessarily always listened to my opinion on stuff. Especially with Eli, when you've had a very traumatic.
Getting very personal.
Well, this is a real podcast. We're offering real advice. Let's not be airy fairy. For the moms, it's a very traumatic time. They have this being that they've grown in their own bodies that they're very connected to in a real visceral way, which the dad doesn't have. If the mom's breastfeeding, that's another level of connection. The mom's going to feel overprotective. The moms are feeling overwhelmed. The child feels vulnerable to them. I've seen it often where the mom will not let go of that child. So on the one hand, the mom doesn't want to let go of the child. On the other hand, she also wants the dad to help, but in the way that specifically she has in her mind. That's not fair. And your first point about mind reading, or at least communicating, I think is the first step. I think you just can't assume that your partner knows exactly how much help you want or need.
Yeah, so...
Especially if you're like... I don't want to say neurotic, because that sounds bad, but especially if at that moment you are a tense stressed out mom yourself?
So I'm just going to suggest, yes, that you sit down and have a conversation in which the mom says, sometimes I may not know I need help, but please continue to ask. And the dad goes, I will continue to ask, even if I'm not, it's not always well received, but know that I always want to be asking how I can help you better. And my intention is to always help you.
Totally. But I'm just saying, let's not just assume that like, the problem I have with the question is that it kind of does go with the stereotype of the lazy dad who doesn't want to have anything to do with the child.
Well, it's a personal question. We don't know what's going on.
No, exactly.
In that house.
But it is part of it does build this picture of dads, and it doesn't take into account that maybe that dad has his own postpartum depression. Maybe that dad has his own anxieties that he's struggling with. It's just saying, I can't get my husband more involved and I want his help, like what can we do? Well, maybe you should stop and ask, like, hey, is there a reason why you're not helping? Like, without being accusatory, actually going, hey, you're the father of my child, this is my husband, so you're the man that I love.
Yeah.
I think you're a good guy. I married you because I think you're a good guy. Let's start with that assumption. You're a good guy.
Yeah.
You care about me. You care about our child.
Yeah.
You're not as involved as I thought you would be, or you're not involved at all. What's going on? Are you stressed at work? Are you stressed about this whole situation? Are you feeling overwhelmed as a father? Am I giving you enough input? Am I saying, hey, you can do this the way you're maybe telling me?
Yeah. So I think that's really good advice. I don't think there's anything wrong with that advice. I think we just acknowledge that in those early months, it is a bit crazy, and you are coming from a place of sleep deprivation and just overwhelm on both sides, and that takes quite a kind of like it's an effort. To know that you not effort.
It's an effort to be empathetic when you're so tired.
Yeah,
and you're so scared.
It's almost something like I could say, okay, going back, flip, like even bringing it back to in our own situation. Like I wish I'd gone back and done, but in the heat of in the moment, we were just.
It's difficult.
It is difficult.
But I think a big part of the problem is that we don't nearly talk about the mother's mental well-being. Like, we need to talk about especially new mom's mental health a lot more.
Yeah.
But we don't talk about father's mental health at all. There's zero conversation about the fact that dads can be incredibly overwhelmed.
Fair point.
And I think that's maybe the first point to go, wait a second.
Is that the case? Because he could also just be a lazy ass,
right? He could
right?
just be a lazy ass.
In which case, it's like, this is the kind of things that you've got to do. Let's divvy up the responsibilities.
Totally.
Bath time is yours, buddy. You don't need boobs for bath time.
Yeah, totally. He could just be a lazy ass. But the thing is with dads, we start there.
That is true.
And we don't ever start with, hey, you're a bad wife. We would never say that. You would never say that to a new mom. You would never say you're a bad mom and a bad wife. That's not the place you would start.
Definitely not overtly, no.
No, not overtly. Or at least we would try not to.
Yeah.
But with dads, we seem to go, okay, you're a rat bag. Now prove you're not a rat bag. As opposed to going, hey, maybe you're really struggling yourself. Maybe you've never seen a guy do this before. Like, there's a lot more examples for moms of how to be a caring parent than there are for dads.
Totally true.
So
you should do something about that.
If only. What are you thinking, like a YouTube channel, maybe? A Facebook page, a website?
Maybe a podcast every
Maybe a podcast every now and then. That's a great idea.
Is it engaged fatherhood or engaged fatherhood?
Engagé.
We're so silly.
Okay, so and onto a much more serious question.
Yes.
This is very important.
Okay.
We have to understand what's going on with this, okay? We have to take it seriously.
Okay.
It's profound, and it will affect a lot of people. Okay. Just what exactly is the allure of Thomas the Tank Engine?
They're two, they're
Oh no, don't sing the song. Don't sing the song. Don't
what?
you?
Shunting trucks and hauling freight, red and green and brown and blue.
They're a really useful crew. Always different roles to play round Tidmouth's shed or far away.
Down the hill and round the bend, Thomas and his friends.
Thomas, he's the cheeky. No, we're gonna stop.
And then the neighbor above us just dropped as if he's
like,
listening. Shut up with Thomas.
Okay, I don't understand Thomas the Tank Engine. Thomas the Tank Engine.
It's freaking catchy, man. That little train gets up to a lot of mischief.
Okay.
Also,
why do they need? Okay,
so
it's an island.
Yeah, it's a little island.
It's a little island. There are so many train tracks.
There are a lot of train tracks
for a tiny island.
They have a very. I mean, you know.
No roads.
Can I just say, Sanrail would do a lot to, you know, impress. To learn from these guys. So
also sentient trains freak me out. No, think about it.
So this is what I wanted to ask with Thomas the Tank Engine, right? Because you've got the kids' very derogatory terms, but you've got the fat controller. That's what he's called, okay?
Yeah, not
PC, not PC at all.
No.
Okay, but we got the fat controller, and then they've all got their own drivers, right?
No,
they do.
Well, they don't have their own personal drivers.
They all have their own personal drivers.
They have drivers in the
their train.
Engineers.
In the train.
In the train.
No, it says Thomas's driver.
Okay.
They all have their own driver, right? But yet these little trains still get up to mischief. So what are the drivers doing?
That's a good question.
Like, are they being
they
paid just to ride that train? Do the trains have?
Okay, well, they're steam engines, so the drivers are really just putting coal. And what if they don't feed the coal?
I mean, I don't know, but I just like, what is the main industry on that island?
What does a Sodor do?
What do they
do?
do?
King and a queen that come and visit. No, it's not a queen and queen.
No, who was it? The Duke and
the Duke
and Duchess
come and
came to visit
for the kids. There's like it's an island. There's like 2 kids.
And they needed all the eggs for the children's parade.
They have a port and an engineering bay.
Yeah. It's obviously
and rivers.
I mean, it's an island, but it's obviously, you know, there's
like it's an island the way like Australia is an island apparently. But like, there's one fat controller.
There is
one controller who
is distinctly fat,
who has issues with his weight. Okay, he seems to be quite happy in the way he is.
He always looks grumpy.
Okay,
he's never smiling.
And again, why do you need so many trains? And why is everyone okay with these trains talking to each other?
Well, can the humans hear them? Oh, they can't because they always talk back to them.
They talk to the trains. The fat controller talks to the trains.
He does.
Also, if you were a train, wouldn't you be like, oh my word, I can only go where the rails are?
What do you mean? Like, that's a limiting experience?
That's what their life is. Wherever the human beings
think about
decide to put the rails
health of the trains. I did not think about that. I don't think our children thought about it either. They laugh when Thomas derails off the track with the big snow that comes down because Gordon didn't listen.
And of course, creaky cranky braking.
And creaky cranky. So every what's it called?
Crane.
every crane. We just call it creaky cranky. It's called creaky cranky. Okay, let's just hop off of Thomas because that was way too much airtime to those locomotives.
Okay, what should I get a tattoo of? This is a mom who sent this question through. What should I get a tattoo of?
That's a very open-ended question.
Will you get a tattoo?
You know what? It's not that A, I don't really have like a design that I've seen that I've absolutely loved, and B, I'm an absolute like sissy when it comes to needles. So I would not follow. No, not necessarily pain.
Oh no, you are.
But I've experienced pain a lot.
Yeah, but you have the lowest pain threshold in the world.
No, I do not.
Julie.
I do not.
Julie.
Okay. I'm sorry, but I feel like I've had enough to prove that I've dealt remarkably.
What pain did you have?
I didn't even cry in my C-section. I didn't even cry.
Julie, you didn't feel the C-section because you had...
I felt the giant needle go into my spine, and I was so still.
Okay.
I was so still.
What was in that giant needle? It's the best drugs.
Yeah, but the drugs wore off anyway. Okay, can I just... Okay, anyway, bottom line is I had to do some pretty... Anyway, I felt pretty kick-ass after that. But... I'm not a big fan of needles.
Right.
So the idea of having like tons of them like going into my skin at like high speed freaks me out a bit.
Okay.
Also, I'm not sure if would I love one design for the rest of my life? I don't know if I can commit to that. That's a big commitment.
As your husband, I'm glad to know that you struggle with committing to one thing for the rest of your life. So I think also the question why I chose this question is because obviously I've always wanted a tattoo. Mm-hmm. But it's the same thing. It's like I've always wanted a tattoo that I know that I would immediately love. So I've been thinking about like getting the boys' birthdays tattooed on my arm.
Yeah.
And I've been thinking about Tiffany. Yes, she didn't feel her C-section at all. I was there. I engaged with her C-section more than she did. Okay, I saw them open my wife up and pull the baby out. So
you'll get a chance to kick him this weekend on my behalf.
Yeah, easy peasy.
What, to kick you?
No, C-sections are a piece of cake, man.
Uh-huh.
The thing is, I can say that because I've been in hospital more times than you have. I've gone through
And I have been
surgeries.
empathetic to your surgery experiences.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
You weren't even around.
Well, when you relay the stories of them.
Well, that's because my stories are hectic.
Okay.
Anyway, different time. Tattoo. But I was never really like properly jazzed on those birthday tattoos. So I've been thinking about getting "Don't Panic" tattooed on my wrist. Right. And Neil Gaiman might approve. He's one of the guys who co-wrote "Don't Panic." He's one of the authors of that.
You're lost to most of us on that.
No, just you.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, obviously.
Can I just say that I've heard that on your wrist? Yeah. Sorry, he's pointing
to my wrist.
To his wrist for the people who magically can't see this.
Don't you know what this sound is?
Yeah. On his wrist. I've heard that that's a really painful place for a tattoo.
I can handle it.
Like that feels like it's right on your bone. Like there's no fatty space for the needle to.
Well,
where is it going? Also, all your veins. What happens to your veins? Like you've got a lot of veins in your wrist.
It doesn't go that deep. It doesn't.
But your veins aren't that deep. Look at them. They're like
no, but I mean, it doesn't go. It just doesn't go
terrifying.
That through your skin. It goes into the first layer of your skin. But Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is my favorite book of all time.
That it is.
And the main slogan of that is "Don't panic."
Yeah.
And I've had panic attacks in the past.
Yeah.
And it's just so cool. You are not convinced.
I'm not convinced, but it's your body. So if you want to go and have "Don't Panic," what does it look like in a mirror? Does it look stupid? Like what's "Don't Panic" backwards?
Why would I look at it in a mirror? I'm not getting it on my face. I can look at it just on my mirror. What if a pilot has to see it from...
Can I just say we haven't even had a glass of wine tonight? This is really silly.
That is your one job, is to make sure we have wine.
I'm sorry, it's end of the month.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, do you have, before we go on to the next question, do you have a... You don't?
I do.
Oh, do you?
I do.
Okay.
I do. And it's kind of like a gross one. Okay. But I am thinking of sort of, not gross, well, it'll freak you out a bit.
Okay.
I was gonna change it because right through this conversation, these flippin' mosquitoes have been biting me. It's really annoying. Okay, so here's my would you rather. Okay, would you rather sit in a bathtub filled with cockroaches?
Oh no!
For 2 hours.
2 hours of cockroaches.
Just wait, or
nothing could be worse than that.
Nominate 4 teeth to be pulled out of your mouth without anesthetic.
Okay, so I've already had like 9 teeth removed.
Yeah, but that was very much under anesthetic.
Yeah, no. What I'm saying is, my first thought is I don't have that much teeth left. Okay.
You have
4 teeth are going to be noticeable.
Okay, should I have it down to 2? Does that feel like more real? Okay, because
Sure,
okay, maybe let me halve it down to 2 because I agree. 4 kind of sways it.
Although that would give me a nice passion gap.
Oh my gosh, Terrence, that is the most horrific thought. Horrific. Okay, good. Okay, it could be 2. It could be like in the back. Like it doesn't have to. I
need my molars. Okay. How else I eat popcorn?
Okay. So 2 teeth.
2 teeth.
But
with no anesthetic.
With no anesthetic. Which for me, never mind the aesthetic component.
It's the anesthetic component.
The anesthetic component that I'd be worried about. Or 2 hours. 2 hours feels like maybe that's too short. Maybe like 12. Maybe, I'm just changing the whole game now. Okay, 12 hours with the cockroaches.
12 hours of cockroaches. Okay, which means I won't be able to eat or drink for 12 hours.
I can.
Do you think I'm opening my mouth when I'm in a bath full of cockroaches? Wait, when you say bath full, like how full? As in, am I submerged in cockroaches? No, actually can't. Actually can't. No, check. The last time you did this as well, you had a cockroach-related one, and it's just...
Cockroaches are interesting for you because I want to know the depth to which your fear affects you.
God, I can't actually think right now.
Okay, so like not like a full bath full, but like enough that they're kind of...
Are they in the house?
No, there's nothing in the house, okay. But enough that they're kind of... They're definitely on you. Okay, so it's like maybe 200 of them. Okay. Oh. No, you're wearing clothes. You're not naked. You're wearing clothes. Like you're wearing clothes. You're wearing.
Like, can I?
Yeah, of course they can.
They can get places.
12 hours. Okay.
No.
Or 2 teeth pulled with no anesthetic, which probably would take like a good 30 minutes. So what would you think?
Oh,
TikTok, TikTok.
Julie, that is horrible.
It is horrible. Sorry, I'm having a bit of a macabre moment.
That is terrible. Those are two awful choices.
I know, they really are bad.
Could you do like a positive would you rather at some point?
Do
you know that's
would
possible?
you rather eat chocolate ice cream or strawberry?
Well, chocolate.
Obviously, it's boring.
No, you could. Can you think of a nice one next week or next time?
Okay, I'll try. I can't promise.
This one is terrible.
These ones are really fun though. It's
okay,
fun
which one would you do? The cockroach?
Yeah, obviously the cockroaches. I'm like, I could zone. I'll be friends with the cockroaches at the end. They'll be like my little pets.
Yeah,
I would name them.
I think I'd have to do the cockroaches because at least it's done after 12 hours. You're never going to get your teeth back.
That's true. But we may not get your sanity back either. And I don't know what you'd be like after that experience.
Oh, I'll be crawling. Oh, gee. Oh.
Okay. I'm sorry.
I'm actually freaking out.
He's actually left the seat. He just left. This is now the Julie podcast. So send me your interesting questions. Maybe this is a good strategy to kind of make the show my own. Freak out the main host and get
That's not fair.
I'm sorry.
That's horrible. Why would you even? I can't. Like, it was a good day. I was having a good day, and then you brought that up.
I'm sorry.
Why would you even bring that up?
Okay, but it's only a game.
Yeah, but it's in my head now, and on my skin.
Okay.
On my skin.
Will you come close to the mic?
No. Oh.
Okay.
Okay, last question.
Moving on. Last question.
That?
Babe, that's not a cockroach. That's a kid's toy on the floor.
Okay.
He really hates cockroaches. Like, really. Okay.
Okay. Last question.
Oh, we've seen that one.
No. What do you dislike but have no good reason for disliking?
Ooh, that's a good one. What do you dislike but have no good reason for disliking? Huh. Have you got an answer to that?
Most people.
Oh my god.
No, but you know what it's like? There's sometimes that I've met people who I just don't like. And it's not because they're bad people or because they've said something wrong or done something wrong. I just like in the same way that there's some people I mean, I just go, I like you, you're cool. Like, or not cool, like I connect with you and you're pretty awesome. I can't quite explain what's cool about you or why I like you, but I do. There are other people who I meet, I'm just like, we're never going to be friends. You're fine. I just don't. I just don't like you.
So
Gem squash, also.
Yeah. No, I really like. I mean, I know it sounds like a bit of suck-uppy thing to say, but it takes a lot for me to not to like a person. Like, my baseline is I like you, and then
okay, it doesn't have to be a person. It can be anything.
Yeah. So like, mine would have to be coriander.
You mean Danya?
Or Danya, or cilantro.
Cilantro.
I don't know why I don't like it. Because I get
it tastes delicious.
I know, and everyone says that, and I
guess
that
on that Philadelphia cream, the thing you do with the Danya and the cream cheese
and the sweet chili sauce
and the sweet chili sauce.
Salty crack.
Oh, that's good.
No, I get that people love it.
That's like a heroin shot straight to my pleasure centers.
But and it's not that I taste it and I'm like, this is it's not like tasting something
gross.
But it just does not do it for me. Like, I feel, I don't know what the right word is for it. Like, not repulsed by it, but just like I don't like that.
We found that one chip flavor that I don't like.
That chip flavor you don't like.
Dorito, isn't it Doritos?
Was it Dorito brand? No, it wasn't Doritos. It was the Flanagan's basil pesto.
Oh yeah.
And cheese one that you hated. Pesto. Even though you love basil pesto.
Okay, and cheese. So look, I have never found any chips that I don't like. And that was the first time I ever had a crunchy chip.
Yeah.
That should have been delicious, but was in fact awful.
And it's such a pity that I was ambivalent about it, because otherwise I'm buying them all the time, so that I could at least dominate the chips.
I even like those vegetable chips. Those,
yes,
I'll eat those.
The beetroot chips.
Even though they kind of look
sweet potato chips.
Taste like potpourri. It's still fine.
It tastes like what, darling?
Potpourri.
Yeah, I think it's like potpourri or like.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. I'm a person of color, and I'm now talking to a colonialist. So.
Oh, no.
No, that's fine. That's fine. Just push your language onto me. My people.
I don't know if potpourri is my language. To be honest, I don't know where it comes from.
My people are used to it. So.
Oh, dang. Burn me tonight. Not language burn me.
Language burn.
I can't stop scratching.
I can see you got all those
mosquitoes.
Mozzies on. Not nice. Okay, cool. So we're gonna call it a night, guys. Thank you so much for listening. I think I've I've mortally offended Tiffany, so she's probably not going to come to Cape Town anymore.
No, she's still coming to Cape Town.
Okay. Thank you so much for listening. Listen, if you're listening to this on Facebook, please go and subscribe to the podcast. There's a link that's going to be on the Facebook page, or you can go to the website, which is
www.afrodaddyonline.com.
Thank you. All the previous podcasts are on there, as well as everything that I've written and all the videos that I've made as well, and a whole bunch of ways for you to get hold of me. Subscribe to the website and you'll get all the updates about that. And if you are listening to this podcast as a podcast, firstly, bless you. Thank you so much for doing that. Whenever you are listening to this, please go and rate the podcast, leave a good comment, because that means that other people can find it too. And that means we can also give other parents bad advice.
Yes, adding our little bit to society.
Making things just a little bit worse.
Mentors give back. Hashtag mentors give back.
Make things a little bit worse, one parent at a time. Thank you so much for listening. We will catch you whenever we catch you. Next week we definitely won't be recording a podcast next week, because we're going out.
We are going out.
Golden Circle, Incubus.
I don't know which part of that sentence is the most exciting to me.
Definitely Incubus.
I think the going out is where I'm like, we're going out.
Yeah, we're going out.
Together.
We still haven't got a babysitter organized though.
What?
We haven't got a babysitter organized.
Did your mom say no?
I didn't ask her about Wednesday. I asked her about Saturday. I don't want to ask for Saturday and Wednesday.
You have to nail both.
I can't do. No, that's weird. That's weird. Like, hey,
she's your mom.
Can't we ask someone else?
It's Wednesday. No.
Okay. We have a week. We have a week to find another babysitter.
Oh my gosh.
Otherwise, I'll find someone else to go with.
No.
Bye, everyone.